Hey everybody, my name is Zach. I'm one of the co-founders and co-designers for Strongbox Games and Mantle the Keeper. I wanted to make a quick designer diary video, just kind of going over a little bit about the backstory behind Mantle the Keeper and Strongbox Games, as well as answer a couple of the questions that were on our previous post about what you want to see in a designer diary video. So just to start it off, the first idea for Mantle the Keeper came about 2 years ago in May of 2019. I had a dream one night, and I woke up like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I said, Morgan, who's my wife? I said, Morgan, I got this idea for a board game. And then she was very annoyed, but I woke her up and talked about it. I wrote it all down, and I started stewing on it for about a week or so. Then I ended up getting a hold of Ben and Eric, some of my great friends, and I said, hey guys, I got this idea for a board game to where you have 2 different decks of cards, as well as what's called a mastery, which is like a customizable play style, and you combine them all together and you can mix and match them. And so it had some different inspiration from some different games. The major one being Star Wars Epic Duels, of their combat system, very simple combat system, but also very accessible and exciting. So I took that idea that I had, as well as some inspiration from other games, and I said, hey, this is what I've got. Would you guys want to help work on it with me? And they said, sure, let's give it a shot. So we started playing around with the idea, and eventually we decided to make Strongbox Games. We decided to try to make it happen. And we came to the name Strongbox Games because getting people together, having dinner, and playing games is one of the things that we hold most dear in our lives. We truly treasure it, and the term strongbox is like a safe or like a treasure chest, and that's kind of where we came from, especially with our logo. It's like a little treasure chest, and so that's kind of where we came up with the name Strongbox Games. So back into influences, so Star Wars Epic Duels, Yu-Gi-Oh was a big one, that kind of the card-driven games, Pokemon, kind of Magic the Gathering type of things, as well as Dungeons and Dragons were some heavy influences in our game. Dungeons and Dragons, is such a huge part of our culture now, especially the pop culture. And but we wanted to take those kind of that excitement of fantasy or whatever theme and bring it to a table in a condensed box and make it more accessible for people, while having that card-driven combat, very simple and innovative mechanics. And so that's kind of our background. Derek had asked on our Facebook group that question is, what are our influences? And I think that definitely sums it up for some of the games that influenced us. Darren had asked on our game, or on the Facebook post, is how long from the idea to now? So that process has been, like I said, about 2 years. We still have a little ways to go as far as production and Kickstarter and all that stuff, but it's been a 2-year process. There's definitely been a lot of lessons learned in that time. We've met so many amazing designers and business people who are in the industry, who have helped us navigate this new area, and we're really thankful for that. I want to answer one more question, try to keep this less than 5 minutes, but Navia had asked on the Facebook post as well, what are some reasons for our design choices for our mechanics? That's a great question. So our process is we always define theme first, or at least most of the time. We define theme first, then we develop the mechanics based around that theme. So, for instance, we have a character, Velia the Assassin, and she is an assassin. And so what are some awesome things that we think assassins would do? So we come up with some cool moves that we've maybe seen in movies or shows or video games, and then we build the mechanics around that. Okay, what would make sense within this world that we've created and within this core set of mechanics that we've created? What's going to make sense? And then we rapidly iterate those and see what works and what doesn't work. And really, that's the biggest thing is playing it. Coming up with that first idea of a mechanic. Does it fit the character? Does it fit the game? And then playing it, trying it, and seeing how it works. That's been a big part of our process. Now, other designers might do different. They might design mechanics first and then theme after that, and then tag the theme on at the end of the design. But for us, it kind of goes both ways. We primarily focus on theme, then the mechanics come from it, but also it's vice versa. It goes both ways. Now, we had some really great questions that I want to touch on in another video, but for now, I think I want to just stick with those two, as well as a quick introduction. and background. But I just want to thank you so much from everyone who contributes to our community and our family members and friends who are so supportive of this process. We could not do this without you guys, and we're so thankful to hopefully be able to get this to your table one day and get to kickstart later this summer. So thank you guys so much for watching, and leave a comment down below of what you thought of the video, as well as some other questions that you might have of our process. I had a lot of fun talking about it, and I am going to touch on another video in the near future and answer a couple more questions that I'd love to talk about. All right, guys, thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.